If you're seeing this video, this message was meant for you. And today we have an urgent message coming through from Spirit. I've been feeling the sense of urgency since yesterday. So we're going to see who is this message coming from. And it looks like it's coming from your guardian angels. And they're coming with a warning that there is some sort of deception that is either going on. It could be internal, right? So self-deception, or it could be that they're around you, in your environment, in your periphery. There might be something untoward going on, that you need to know about. Okay, they're saying that there are people around you, or it could be you yourself, that aren't being forthcoming, aren't being transparent, and aren't wanting you to see the truth. So it, as I said, it could be your ego, or it could be persons external to you. So let's dive into this a little bit more. Spirit, tell us a little bit more about this deceit. Where is this deceit happening? Is it happening internally? Is it happening in love relationships, family situations? Tell us what this is all about. And we have here self-acceptance. So it feels like this deception that's happening here, it might be happening internal to you. Okay, this is you fooling yourself. Okay, fooling yourself, or having some sort of illusion going on with regard to you, right? There's something that you don't want to see. Okay, it's something that you don't want to see. All right, let's see if we get any further information. Okay, we have a heart-mind balance. So what your guardian angels are coming in to tell you is that right now there is something that is going on in your thoughts, in your feelings, that you don't want to acknowledge, right? On your day-to-day, you wear this mask, but underneath it all, it feels like there is this storm that is happening inside you, or there's this disconnect that is happening inside you with regard to how you feel, and with regard to what you allow yourself, or the thoughts that you allow yourself to acknowledge. Okay, so whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, there's some sort of discordant energy with regard to that. So let's ask Spirit here now. Spirit, reveal to us exactly what are the discordant thoughts that are happening right now. What does viewer not want to acknowledge or see about their own thought patterns? Let me do this. What does viewer not want to acknowledge or see about their thought patterns? What don't they want to acknowledge? Good Lord. The Lamia started up again. We have toxic ties. We have addiction, karma, and an emotional chain. Okay, so what you don't want to see, or what you don't want to acknowledge to yourself, is that right now you are linked in some sort of, it could be a trauma bond, it could be some sort of karmic tie that is holding you back. Okay, it'll be different for everybody, right? So for some of you, this is happening in love. For some of you, there's some toxic family members, you already know who they are, right? Some of you, you have some frenemies, and you just keep it there inside yourself. You don't want to bring it to the forefront, because if you bring it to the forefront, you have to take action. And maybe you're not willing to take action because there's some sort of benefit that your ego is getting from holding on to these ties. And you know what? These ties don't even have to be other people. These ties could be addictions to things, addictions to substances, and you benefit from it because it allows you to escape accountability, allows you to escape your reality, allows you to escape your life. Okay, so Spirit's saying you have to examine your life right now and see what is it that you're doing that's allowing you to escape or is preventing you from taking forward action or taking charge of your life. Let's go a little deeper. So Spirit is saying there's some toxic ties that you don't want to acknowledge, and in fact, you know what you're doing? You're gaslighting yourself. So I don't doubt that somebody else is trying to gaslight you, but Spirit is saying right now you're gaslighting yourself. Okay? Because you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what needs to be released, right? But you're there. It's whatever the situation is, it's been there for so long, right? That it's become an uncomfortable comfort zone. You know how to negotiate it. It is familiar, right? It doesn't ask much of you, right? So you just stay there, right? And you gaslight yourself that, nah, it's not toxic. It's not toxic. These people care about me, or this thing is helping me. It's not detrimental to my health at all, right? It's not sabotaging my work at all, right? So somebody might be gaslighting you, but Spirit is saying ultimately, right now, you are gaslighting yourself by not seeing just how much this toxic tie or this dysfunction is affecting you. Let's clarify. Let's go a little deeper and clarify. So, it's a difficult message to receive. And maybe it's not your message, right? But trust me, if this comes across your feed, there's something that you need to receive from this. We have here the Queen of Cups. And let me tell you, the Queen of Cups, her heart is full of love, right? It's full of love for herself. It's full of love for other people. But at the end of the day, the Queen of Cups, she relies on and she trusts her intuition. And for some of you, your intuition alarms have been going off. You would know exactly what you need to do. You do. You don't need a reader to tell you. You know exactly what you need to do, right? But because it requires risk, you may not be leaning into your intuition at this time. What do we have here? We have the Queen of Swords. Spirit saying, and if there's one thing, Queen of Swords, she's truthful to others, but she's also truthful to herself. In fact, that's why she's able to be truthful to others, right? Because she's true to herself. To thine own self be true, right? So she's true to herself. So she sees the truth. She speaks the truth, right? To herself and to other people, right? Even if it means that there's something in her life that is going to collapse or blow up because of this truth that needs to be spoken. She's not afraid to blow up shit. She's not afraid to blow up relationships because she knows if the relationship is so important and if a relationship is so filled with love, the truth is not going to destroy it. Love thrives on truth. And we're not talking about harsh truths that people like to say that they're speaking the harsh truth, but they're not speaking the. Sometimes people use the truth to be abusive. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about just the truth, said with love. Relationships that are truly charged with love, they thrive on it because it's just a further injection of love. So no relationship that's worth having is going to blow up permanently from the truth being spoken. Right? Right? Only your ego thinks that. With the Six of Wands here. Only your ego thinks that. Only your ego wants to save faith. Only your ego wants to hide and live in the past. But Spirit is saying right now, you know that there's something, a habit, a person, a dynamic, and for some of you, if it resonates, even a job that you need to walk away from because it just doesn't honor you and it's just been keeping you back from your destiny and your real purpose and path. Now let's look at what feelings or emotions do you not want to acknowledge at this time. What are you pressing down deep inside? What do you not want to look at? Just like the gaslighting, the gaslighting God, the gaslighting itself. Spirit saying right now, you are sabotaging yourself by going, no, 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 I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Right? Spirit saying by not facing truth, by not facing reality, and for some of you, by not facing heartbreak, right? By not facing obsession, you are keeping yourself back from true love, true happiness, your true path. What emotions have you not wanted to acknowledge? And we have here serene, okay? So it feels like you've not wanted to acknowledge that truly deep down in your heart, what you really thrive for, what you really want right now is peace of mind. And a lot of you in the current dynamic or the current habit that you have going on, you've not been able to achieve the peace that passes understanding. You've not been able to achieve that. What have you not wanted to acknowledge or face? That the reason why you may have stayed in a toxic dynamic or have kept people around you that they don't care about you, they don't care about your well-being, right? There's some of you, people trying to sabotage you, people have done you dirty, and you've still kept them around, and it's because you're scared. Whether it's scared of being alone, scared of being judged, scared of being abandoned, criticized, rejected, just scared of newness, scared of the unknown, whatever it is. Fear, you not want to acknowledge that fear has been driving a lot of your decision making. What else have you not wanted to acknowledge? For some of you, you've not wanted to acknowledge that your life's been stagnant as a result of your current decisions not to move forward, not to take action, or to just stay. And as I said, either having the same dysfunctional people around you, being in the same hostile environment at work, maybe even being in a particular country or city when your heart has been telling you that it's time to go. It's time to go. And I can understand that fear because in a lot of my work situations and work life, I've had to be pushed out, even though you just felt within yourself, it's time for a change. It's time to move. It's time to do something different. You reached the pinnacle of what you can achieve in this particular position. You stay there because, it's been a safety net, right? And I've basically had to be pushed out, whether people came and I got passed over, and that made me just fiery and angry, and that's when I made moves. That's always been my story, right? Just waiting for something catastrophic to happen before I take action, right? So it feels like for a lot of you, you've not wanted to acknowledge that you've been feeling lost, you've been feeling stuck, right? But it's because You've not listened to that inner voice that's telling you, do something different. Oh. What have you not wanted to acknowledge? Now we have here Secret Service, right? Spirit is saying there is a secret that you've not spoken to other people. For some of you, it's just something that you've wanted to unearth. Okay, maybe it's something that you have repressed. And Spirit is saying that you've not wanted to acknowledge just how much this secret has influenced your decision making and how much you've navigated your life from that space or that thing that happened to you. Let me get a little bit in it. Spirit, what's this secret that viewer has not wanted to acknowledge? We have here the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about healing. So it's something that you've done a lot of healing around already, but Spirit is saying you've not completely moved off from, because if we look at this raft here is still here very much on the shore. So you've not moved on from that, and it feels like it's a childhood secret. We have the Sun, and the Sun is about childhood. What's this child doing? This child's just laying back here, helpless. So it's a time in your childhood where you may have felt helpless. What is this? And alone. And it feels like even though you may not have revisited this experience recently or often, it's a driving force or an integral part of who you are and why you do the things you do. So it's a core memory. It's a core memory and a core experience. So let's ask Spirit, what does Spirit want you to do right now? Besides, seeing the truth and acknowledging the truth and speaking the truth, what else does Spirit want you to do? If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in my description. But there are tons of other readings on my channel. And you can just use your intuition and pick one. You will get an answer. All right, what we have here? We have trickery. So we started with deceit and we're ending with deceit here. So let's see what this is all about. What does Spirit have to say about this deceit? All right. And we have here impatience. Okay. So it feels like you have been waiting for something to unlock the path in your life, for something to shift, for something to move. But Spirit is saying that movement has to come from you. That movement has to come from you. And the movement is going to come when you embrace your intuition. Right? See, he's reaching for the moon. When you embrace your intuition, right? When you act on your intuition, that's when you're going to see that rapid evolution. Let me read the message. Let's see. Impatience. Impatience. Now, this deck does not have numbers. Yeah, let me start. Impatience. All right, let's see what Spirit says about impatience. Ethan, which is this guy that's here, grows impatient, waiting for dawn. So he buys a used moon. So that's like borrowing or outsourcing your intuition. Once it's in the sky, he steps back to see his handiwork. The moon will not stay in place unless he holds the cord. Sky God assures him that dawn will come when he lets go, but Ethan is fearful and grips onto the cord until he falls asleep and releases it. And when he awakens, dawn has come, and the radiant light of the sky is blocked only by his used moon. So they're saying here the inspiration is, now is not the time to make a rush decision. You have made your needs known. Now leave it alone. You may block something wonderful from coming to you if you are too hasty. And the personal question you need to ask here, am I jumping the gun? If I'm honest with myself, am I forcing something? And it's the key words is scarcity thinking, being exhausted by your efforts, success through patience. And it says unfolding, revelation, success. And the meditation here is, imagine something you strongly desire. The electric blue moon appears and begins to cool the heat of your emotions. Write down any communication you receive in the moonlight. It is a message from the council of the Great Spirit. So Spirit saying, right now, your intuition has all the answers. You don't have to borrow your intuition from anybody else, not even from me, right? So this message, you should only take it on board if you've already felt in your heart that it is time to move, right? Because it feels like you've been waiting for something to happen, and Spirit is saying this opportunity, if you feel it in your heart, this opportunity is now. Okay? All right, my love. So that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much. Could you put a comment down below if this reading benefited you? Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes. Take care.